When one thinks of a fighter in Dungeons and Dragons, you usually think of someone who's been trained in military procedures, military tactics, usually probably one-on-one or one on a group. But this individual seeks to circumvent that, to play upon that thing, that idea, and turn it on its head a little bit. Hello, welcome back, or welcome to DIS. I am this idiot, and you are hearing me speak again, or for the first time. Whichever it is, welcome. I am glad to see you here, and today we are going into the fighter subclasses. This one is called the Crazed Slayer. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, the Crazed Slayer. Just moving it around a little so I can see it. Alright, while other fighters seek to hone their skills through focused practice and discipline, you have found a way to enhance your martial skills by embracing your madness. Perhaps you have always had the inclinations towards insanity in your day-to-day life, feeling shackled by the laws and hypocrisy of modern society. Perhaps your mind has been touched by a dark god or plane of chaos that has thrown you into perpetual feverish state. Oh yeah, perpetual and feverish state. I don't know. Over time, you learn how to harness this madness, to benefit you in battle, serving to both add brutality to your attacks and make your defense unpredictable. Wild Surge. At third level, your wild nature erupts from your body as a random effect when you push yourself beyond the normal limits. When you use your Action Surge feature, roll on the Wild Surge table to determine what additional maneuver you will perform. After this maneuver is completed, you gain 1 point of exhaustion. Wild Surge, it's a D8 and there's the maneuvers. On a 1, you immediately move half your speed and make 1 additional attack for your turn. At 2, your speed is reduced to 0. You must use your attack action on this turn to attack all creatures within 5 feet of you, making 1 attack for each. 3, your insanity manifests in the form of a wave of psionic energy. Creatures within 10 feet of you must make a wisdom saving throw or take 1d6 psychic damage. 4, your next attack is made with advantage. 5, you can use your second wind feature without expending the number of uses that you can use it per day, without expending. There's some grammatical stuff. 6, you can make a bellowing scream at a creature that you can see within 30 feet of you. That creature must succeed a wisdom saving throw equal to 8 plus your proficiency modifier plus your wisdom modifier, or be frightened of you. This effect lasts until the end of your next turn. On 7, until the start of your next turn, you can use your reaction to attack a creature that moves within 5 feet of you. And 8, your attacks for this turn deal an additional 1d8 damage on a hit. Crazed Fortitude. At 7th level, if you are hit by a hostile creature but before damage is inflicted, you can use your second wind feature as a reaction. You can choose to make the hit points from the feature temporary hit points instead. Mark of Insanity. At 10th level, when you hit a creature with an attack, you can make a show of your madness that causes your enemy to temporarily falter with their own sanity. The creature must succeed a wisdom saving throw or gain the mark of insanity. The creature takes 2d6 psychic damage at the start of each turn. The creature can repeat this saving throw at the end of their turn. If the creature succeeds the saving throw, they become immune to this feature for 24 hours. You can only have 1 mark on 1 creature at a time. Mind of Madness. At 15th level, if a creature attempts to speak to you telepathically, you can force that creature to make a wisdom saving throw or take 1d8 psychic damage plus your fighter level. In addition, if a creature forces you to make a wisdom saving throw against an effect that would charm you and you succeed, that creature immediately takes 3d6 psychic damage. Finally, Chaos Control. At 18th level, you gain the ability to hold on to enough of your mind to control your wild maneuvers. when you use a Wild Surge feature, you can re-roll on the Wild Surge table, but must take the new result. Very, very interesting, very intriguing. On to the review itself. Story-wise, just moving things around. So, yeah. Story-wise, it is pretty interesting. I think it seems a little too similar to a barbarian, where a barbarian, I think, immerses themselves in the emotions of battle, where a fighter is, more of the tactics. And so this is kind of getting into the emotions, but more of, getting into the insanity, the madness, which is interesting. So I think maybe a little reflavor would be nice. Wild Surge, it's pretty nice. The whole game, one point of exhaustion, kind of reminds me of the Berserker Barbarian. Not many people use that, so that really seems strange. Maybe at higher levels you can get rid of that. Maybe. The Wild Surges themselves, it seems pretty good. Most of them, quite a few of them seem pretty overpowered. 2 can be pretty powerful. 5 can be very nice. Let's see here. 2 and 5 are the biggest ones. Yeah. Crazed Fortitude is pretty interesting, giving yourself temporary hit points using your second wind feature. I don't know if that really makes sense for this thing. Crazed Fortitude, maybe, kind of. Or maybe, that could be interesting. I was thinking it could, you can let it damage your, wisdom instead. And, so it damages your stat. And then you, regain it on a long rest or something. I don't know. Mark of Insanity is pretty nice. I think the wording is a little weird because, you take damage at the start of each turn. Technically, each turn is, each character or monster or whatever, they get a turn. So it would be if it's a group of 4 against 4 bad guys, that's 8 times that they're doing it, so 16d6. But I think it should be the start of each of their turns, and then at the end of each of their turns they can do it, because otherwise it's overpowered. Mind of Madness is pretty nice. Chaos Control is pretty nice too. I think it's a lot of stuff to do with wisdom saving throws and a lot to do with psychic damage. I think that the story-wise, the story whatever of this, I think it should be a little reworded, make it a little better. Of course, there's some grammar stuff that just kind of tripped me up a little. That would need to be better. Yeah. It's an interesting idea. I think it could be better implemented. If you want to kind of be a fighter who uses tactics but knows that other people may use tactics, so you try to figure out tactics to get around those or whatever. That could be interesting. Let's see here. Otherwise, it kind of gets a little bit into the barbarian a little bit. But yeah, I'd like to see it in play. It seems pretty good for a fighter. I feel like there might be some better uses of fighter, or a better way to think of insanity in a fighter. Maybe talk about these as magical effects or whatever, or if they want to be purely physical, have ways to get that too. Let's see here, yeah. Next video we're going to do some lore crafting around it, which should be interesting. And then I'm still streaming, of course. Dragon Fable, I am getting close to being done farming for pardon me, farming for that powerful item that I'm wanting to get. I mean, more than halfway done, which is really cool. And then I'm starting to do Helltaker, which is fun. Should be pretty short. Puzzle game with a little different levels and stuff. Let's see here. What else? What else? What else I'm doing? Still doing school, of course. Everything is ramping up, which is fun. Let's see here. Keeping your mind, my sister's D&D inspired bar idea. Whenever that comes out, that'll be a business that we'll do, which should be a lot of fun. Um, anywho. Um, let's see here. What else? What else? What else? Um, comment below your thoughts on this Crazed Slayer. Email me, whatever you want. Go join my Discord server if you want to help me, support me in any way. I want to create a community that's kind of supportive and likes each other. I know whenever I meet people or whatever, they just love me, which is great. So I want to use that to my advantage. No. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you want to. All that stuff that YouTube likes. Previous episode of the lore crafting of the Druid Circle of Masks over here. Channel subscription, the like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. I'll see you guys in the next video as we do some lore crafting. I'll see you guys then. This idiot out.